Hey developers, thanks for joining me on the latest episode of fsBuilds, where we're excited to show you how to streamline your self-hosted account management portal and upgrade experiences. To do this, we're using a single page application that uses our embedded components, checkout, webhooks, and APIs. I briefly want to go over the architecture we're using for this build. On the front end, we're using React, and on the back end, we're using Laravel. This is one application. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but we wanted to focus on this use case for this build. So the first feature I want to show you that we're going to be talking about is that embedded checkout. It's super easy to implement and is going to be essential to the experience we're building. That's done through your dashboard. You go to embedded storefronts, hit place on your website, and you'll get a handful of lines of code within that you can drop into your front end to trigger that checkout using our store builder library. That, in our case, is under the index.js. And within here, we're triggering that code to populate that storefront. So what does it look like? When someone goes to your experience and they hit subscribe, they will get an embedded checkout. We also are using Store Builder Library to pre-populate customer information from our database into the field. So your buyer will then put in their information for their transaction, hit pay, and that transaction will go through and they'll get a confirmation for that order. Now they've got their subscription. When they come back to their account management portal, they now have an active subscription. So what can we do from here? We've talked about this up at the top of what we want to achieve. Users may want to pause their subscription. Subscription pause happens here. We've got a cool element to do that. Hit yes. Now that subscription is paused. But what's happening on the back end? We are using our API to do that under our subscriptions. So in our subscriptions API, subscription status, pause, cancel, update, etc. We're using these APIs to do this so that your account management portal can stay the same. Users can self-serve. In the back end, we're using the FastSpring service to do that. So again, we have our get account information, get management URL, get the subscription, update, pause, which is the one we just used. To do that, we also have the resume subscription API. All of these are here. You can dig into that in our documentation, but that functionality, for your users makes it a lot easier to engage with the portal. So there you say, you know what, I'm ready to keep my subscription going again. They hit yes. Now it's resumed all through the API. The other feature that will help streamline that experience that we wanted to show is one-click pay. So with one-click pay, we can save payment methods for your purchasers so that if, in this case, they want to add additional seats to their subscription, or if they want to buy additional features, they can do that within just a couple of clicks. They hit the subscribe button and they don't have to enter new payment information. They can, down here, they can use a new payment method if they're interested in doing that, or they can just hit pay. And now that order is done and they have an additional 10 seats. So when they come back into that portal, they now have 2 active subscriptions within our experience within that account management portal. In addition to managing their subscriptions, users might also want to update their payment method directly in the account management portal. This can be done through our embedded payment component, and that again is embedded directly into your application. They click on Manage Payment Methods, and then they'll have the option to edit credit card information, add additional payment methods without having to go back to FastSpring to do that. To use this component, you'll go to Embedded Components in the Developer Tools in FastSpring, and then you'll use our wizard to do that and hit Implement. And then that opens up the ability to whitelist domains, embed your script, etc., as I've done here under our account management button in the code. And that is all available in the repo. Thanks for joining me today. We've just showed you how to, again, streamline that self-hosted account management portal experience, how to use upgrades, pause, how to implement FastSpring's APIs, update payment methods, use some great features like one-click pay and embedded checkout, all within that self-hosted experience so you can control how your users are engaging with their account management and to help them convert at a higher rate.